Hey everybody, it's Richie, and before we start this episode of the program, we of course want to tell you about DraftKings. And you know by now that the second round in basketball and hockey, it's well underway, and the action increases from game to game. This is where contenders are separated from the pretenders. To give you some skin in the game, DraftKings will be offering free-to-play pools every day of the basketball playoffs, offering players a free shot of up to $10,000 in total prizes. That's up to $10,000 in total prizes. You just got to download the app, go to the pools page, and choose from a wide variety of free contests to play. Once again, you download the top-rated DraftKings app right now. Use that promo code we've been telling you about for months now, THPN, when you sign up to get your free shot at up to $10,000 in total prizes every day of the basketball playoffs. Head to DraftKings Pools page to get your shot at huge cash prizes. Once again, that's promo code THPN for a limited time.
I'm Cori Crenshaw.
I'm Richie Suave Flores.
And this is Sporty with Cori and Richie Suave.
Live on the Hockey Podcast Network.
What a throwback that video is every time I see it. 4 years ago, we started this shit. Can you believe it? I can't believe 4 years ago, we were, joking around about it at Scotty's graduation and then, advancing the joke on to, actually, you know what? I want to ask the guys if they have any idea how this whole thing started. So, I'm not gonna give away the actual story just quite yet. Let's see if I've said it a couple times because I feel like people on the network are always like, why is it sporty and not something Coyotes related? So I think I'll wait a little bit longer and see if they know what the little story is behind us. But I'm super excited to have Nick and Benders on this show with us because we are like the top people when it comes to going off the rails. But if there was, if we were to have two princes of going off the rails with us, I feel like these two are our perfect candidates.
Oh, 100%. They were the ones, in fact, that asked to do it. So I think that's why it's the perfect opportunity to have them on the show. So without further ado, you see them already here. Nick Floor from the Stick Hungry podcast and Bayou Benders from Habs Nightly, the podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network. They are joining us here on this sporty 4th anniversary special. Coming up in the show, the reason why we titled this Off the Rails for a reason, we have no idea where this is going to go. The idea is we're not going to talk a lick of hockey. Number one, because the Sharks and Coyotes have been out of contention for a long time, so we don't want to talk about them. I promise we'll give you some time to talk about the Canadians later in the show, Benders, but one of the main reasons we want to do the show is we're going to do the Watermelon Challenge later coming up. But anyway, welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for doing this with us and going live with us here on the Hockey Podcast Network.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to drive this fucking train right off the tracks and into God knows where. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm more prepared for an off-the-rails show than I am for any type of actual hockey content most of the time because shows can just get ignorant. But I will probably eat this entire watermelon by the end of the show. Got it all bagged up next to me.
I only brought a certain amount of watermelon up here, so I didn't spend the entire show just eating watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys go with the full watermelon that you had to cut up, or did you get lazy as fuck like I did, and did you go with the boxed watermelon?
I just cut it up myself. I've been tearing
it up
in the back room.
He left the rind on it. Mine was also cut. I did not cut it though. I made my fiance cut it for me.
I tried to be lazy, but we couldn't find any packaged watermelon, so we bought one and we cut it up. So.
Packaged watermelon. That doesn't sound good. It sounds like it's gonna have like a refrigeration taste to it, like whatever's in your refrigerator.
Like gas station sushi.
Mm-hmm. Like it's pre-packaged with the scent of whatever grocery stores are around y'all.
an essence of milk, and a touch of mayonnaise.
Sprouts. Yep, I got it from Sprouts. It says best if used by 6/13, which is tomorrow. So we're inside the expiration date on there, which is great.
Well, thank God it's like 2 bites.
That's true. That's true. But I have the mustard ready here. There it is, right there.
Do you have did you check the expiration date on the mustard too?
Mustard should be
Oh, August.
All three of you. All
August of 22.
Yeah, I got a 22 bottle as well. This is a mint. It's probably 4 years old. It's a nice Pinot blend.
I'm August 29th, so I'm good. We're good to go.
What are bamboo shoots?
Bamboo shoots is what. Yeah, Nick, you were a part of that show, right? With Isha.
So yeah, if I don't want to take too long here, but during the Nick Will Try It segment, I wanted to kind of do a Uno reverse card on Isha, and have Isha try something for once. And he volunteered essentially. He was ready to go, and basically that's like these. It's not at all what you think it is. It looks like it's tiny bits of bamboo in like a chili sauce, but then they open it up in the studio and they instantly started retching. And so Isha ate one, and Dylan was giving amazing play-by-play commentary the entire time. But Isha goes to eat one, he chews it, just cringing the entire time, swallows it, and then proceeds to vomit in the trash can just to the right. And the entire studio apparently smelled like it. It was bad.
Why was this not a live memo for the entire network?
It was kind of like thrown together, and I'm pretty sure I can go through YouTube and look on the Hockey Podcast Network and find the link, and then show it to you guys later.
Well, what was it? If it's not bamboo, is it just?
It is bamboo, but it's in a very weird like sauce. And it's not really a sauce. It's literally just the tips of the bamboo, right?
Mm-hmm. So they got slimy. So it was like a snot consistency with like a bit of fire, like basically like chewing on the rind. Like snotty. I get it.
It looked like the sauce was red, but then you opened it and it was yellow. So it was amazing to witness and not have to partake in it myself.
Maybe I'll cut some bamboo tips outside my house and I'll try it.
There you go.
I'm so glad we're doing watermelon today and not that for the love of goodness. So anyway, Cori did pose a question about how you guys think our show came about. So what is your best guess as to why we came about with the concept of this show in its previous iteration when we started on YouTube 4 years ago, which is insane?
If I were to guess, I would say it's obviously not just like a because I know you both went to college together, I believe. So it probably kind of stemmed from there, and your individual jobs as like social media management and radio, and then you guys get to do your own little, not unprofessional, but your own casual-esque talk about all like sports in Arizona. But I don't know how it would have necessarily started. So, what about you, Bayou?
I really think that I just meeting these people last year, they do so many different sports that
thank
it was like
you, SodaPod. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to say thank you.
I thought I'd got it right. I was like, yeah, suck it. No, I just thought that you guys, let's use big words, like had a plethora of sports knowledge. So I figured like I just found out Richie likes baseball and Cori still plays softball, and one's a Vikings fan, and I think Richie's an Arizona Cardinals fan or whatever that.
Yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan. 100% a Cardinals fan.
Rams fan. Right there. I see it. It actually looks like a baseball jersey, but I don't know anything about the Rams anymore. So, yeah, I just think that you guys are like super knowledgeable about all sports. So why limit yourself to talk about one thing when you can just break down everything? That is my humble guess.
So you guys are actually really close. So we went to college together. We met doing GHSL, which is like a summer hockey league for one of the youth clubs here. We were doing play-by-play and color for it. And then we did ASU hockey together. And then after, like during college, I was working for the Diamondbacks and then the Coyotes, just like once I graduated. And then Richie was working at the station. And so we had like a fair amount of sports knowledge kind of across it all. Hockey was kind of how we met and kind of our thing, but we were just like, we were sitting at my, I guess now fiance's graduation party, and we were all like drinking, like talking about it, just kind of joking around about naming it, about doing a sports podcast, a webcast, because a friend of ours needed stuff for his reel for film school. And then we went to Cinco de Mayo, got really, really drunk, and started coming up with names and started doing a bunch of different things. I mean, like literally it's named Sporty with Cori and Richie because Sporty and Cori, like someone was like, it rhymes, we should name it Sporty with Cori and Richie. And then I found out later when I answered this question to someone that it's supposed to go with like Oye, como va? Sporty with Cori and Richie. So that was actually on the other side of the table when we were, so I had no idea, but one of our friends that came up with us told me that was actually one of the reasons why we named it that. We did just straight up Arizona sports for a while. And then we were the first ones, I think, to be reached out to by Isha and Dylan to do the Hockey Podcast Network. And we were like, sure, why not? Hockey's our... I'm glad that you like the Santana reference there. But yeah, so then we were like, hockey's our thing. So we decided to just kind of just go straight into hockey. And here we are 4 years later, still as dumb as ever.
Did you see the picture I put up while you were talking there, Cori? Look at that. I took that screenshot today. That is a screenshot from the very first episode of Sporty with Cori and Richie that we did from my radio station, which is why there's a god-awful fucking U of A sign behind me there. And that's what that is. That's a picture from our very first show. So it was like nice going down memory lane today looking at that.
Oh yeah, a lot of things have changed since then, including you don't have a mohawk. Because you went through a nice mohawk phase in there. I mean, I had purple hair, but like, so I can't judge, but
yeah, if you guys watched the open video there that we did, we shot that when I had my mohawk. We had to look closely. I didn't grab a screenshot of it, but yeah, I had a mohawk at the time because for my radio show, we did a spot at one of our sponsors at the time, and I was like, oh, hey Richie, you can get your hair cut for our sponsor. I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, well, what do you do? And one of my co-hosts was like, hey, well, why don't you just get a mohawk? And I was like, being the person that I am, I'm just like, oh yeah, sure, my hair will grow back. And I actually pulled it off really well, but I just never styled it well enough to make it look good.
Yeah, I saw your little back-to-back there at the very end of the intro video.
He had a limp mohawk for
a flaccid hawk, huh?
A flaccid hawk.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right, it's almost time to do this watermelon challenge. But first, I had something else planned that I wanted to do here. Here we go. I made that graphic. It's time for a heat check, everybody. It's time for a heat check.
What does that mean?
What that means?
Like you want to know like how hot it is in the south?
Yeah, because I think
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Well, you have to factor in his humidity, though. It's like not.
I'll
fair.
give you all of it.
That's part of the reason why I wanted to do it. So everybody look up your temperatures here because it's really hot today in Arizona. It's 109 right now in Arizona, and the humidity is only 3%.
It's a dry heat.
That sounds so nice. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds so nice. Go ahead.
I am not jealous of y'all in the South and back East that have to deal with humidity all the time. It sounds awful. Like I went
to a wedding in Arkansas this year, and like the fact that I couldn't stop sweating, the fact that I like literally like never evaporated off of my body scared the shit out of me. Like that is not normal. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, you have the body drip the entire
It
time.
is so not like it. It feels like you're living in a swamp, and I don't know how you do it.
Flappy Hog. Oh well. Okay, I'm in Chalmette, so it is 92 degrees. That's not bad, right?
Uh-huh.
Humidity is about 65 right now. Gross. I stepped outside and cut this watermelon and threw the rinds out, to like the horde of like mosquitoes and fucking flies outside, and stepped in, and I'm just starting to not sweat, so I'm staying inside today.
Good.
Gross.
I have my sister and my brother-in-law actually live just outside of Lafayette, and there was one time she was FaceTiming me around, I want to say 8:30 your guys' time, and her hair was wet. And I was like, "Did you just get out of the shower?" She's like, "No, it hasn't dried all day." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? What the hell? There's no such thing as frizzy hair down there, so you're good to go as long as it stays relatively moist with the humidity." But as far as the weather report here in Sacramento, California, it's 86 degrees with a 33% humidity and a brisk 8-mile-an-hour wind.
Hey.
That sounds great.
It's lovely. It's like this all the time.
That sounds great.
I'm sitting here just thinking about my San Diego vacation. It needs to come sooner versus later.
Yeah, I agree with. By the way, so Isha posted this. Dude, we all live in a fucking America. Put it in Fahrenheit, okay?
Yeah, I don't know how to convert that.
Wait.
Are you converting it?
It's plus 32. So.
But then you got to multiply it by 9/5.
Fuck off. Nope.
It's 68 degrees Fahrenheit in Vancouver Island.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, that is great.
That's why he's always on his fucking bike.
But it's always wet. So you're wet from humidity. It just never stops raining up there.
But I'd rather it be like cool. Just a bit cool.
But it's not cold. It's just the tears of Vancouver fans crying that Jim Benning still has a job.
Big Ben, baby.
But we have a call for shots o'clock. It's not. No, it's not. It's
a shotgun a beer.
It's 2:30 Arizona time. It's not even close to drinking time. I'm drinking a Celsius right now. That's what I'm drinking.
I did shots o'clock last night watching the Suns game. And
I'm drinking an imposter beer right now.
And the problem was when I was doing shots o'clock with like the group of people I was doing shots o'clock with, oh my damn, you go Benders.
Oh, this is great. This is such great content here. This is why we want to do the show.
Oh, no.
Oh, look, he's doing it so much better than I did. Oh. Well done.
Look at the
Holy
light dab.
blankets.
Yeah.
That was a towel. That was a towel.
Ready for that. It's
Towels
almost
have
like
to be within 3 feet if you live in Louisiana. You have to always just dab the sweat off.
That was amazing.
Well, I keep a towel by me when I record, especially live streams, because I cannot stand sweating. Like, and it'd be like visible while I'm doing anything. So like, this is a towel always by me. Stay strapped.
So now, in case you don't remember, I shotgunned a beer one time on an after-hours show. It went horribly, horribly wrong. So I'm glad I got to see it done correctly.
Have you ever tried to stick? Excuse me. I watermelon's so good. It's a local watermelon, so it's like super fresh and like nice and sweet. Have you ever like put your thumb through the can? Have you ever tried a shotgun like that? I am so terrified of doing that. But my friends, like, that's their thing. Like, they love like to like, I don't know, manly put their thumb through it. I'm like, that's fucking gross, dude. And he's like, nah, dude, I never get cut. And I'm like, that's what I'm afraid of, is getting like cut. And sure enough, dude pops me one. I'm like, there's blood on my fucking can. Like, I don't want to do, like, I want a different one. This is COVID season. Like, I don't want a fucking bloody Budweiser. So I'll just stick with a knife, or a key. Keys are better. Knives give it too small of a hole, and then you spray yourself in the face like I did. And that IPA is gonna
So what is that supposed to insinuate? Like being able to open up with your thumb? Like I don't see anything that's like a proud moment in that.
That's
like
a
you have a
badass
very
thumb.
strong thumb.
Yeah, right. Like you flex on your thumb. That's like
His thumb has abs.
it's like the guy who hit you with the
You play a lot of
softball
video
guy.
games? Like I don't really get what the insinuation is here.
I don't know. Just shows you don't need metal to pop a can.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, or you could be like Richie's roommate, our good friend Kat, who opens everything with her teeth.
Nope.
Yeah,
my dentist would yell at me.
Dave is right. Stone Cold, one of the best at it in terms of shotgunning beers. My favorite wrestler of all time.
I will not
never
do that
drank it.
inside this house, though.
Oh yeah.
You just it's just all over.
You just take a shower in it.
Yeah, basically. But I'm not doing that in this house, and I'm not going to do it in the summer of fucking Louisiana's nastiness. I'll come in with like 6 new fruit flies and fucking gross.
It starts caramelizing on your skin from the humidity.
Oh, my hands
the
like
sweat.
already got a stick to it. It's gross.
That's the new foreign substance these pitchers are using. They're Steve Austining these fucking beers before the game, and they're just getting stickier and shit.
Yeah.
And throwing gas.
Yeah, what is it called? Bear claw something or other? I don't even remember what it's called, but
There's all kinds of stuff. There's like spider tack and other
there we go.
shit.
Spider
tack.
tack.
That's it.
All right. You know what's awesome, guys? I forgot a fork to eat my watermelon with. So talk amongst
Watermelon with a
yourself.
fork.
Yeah, talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna go grab a fork. I'll be.
I
He's
literally
afraid to raw dog it with these fingers.
Well, no, okay, so he's a bit of a mess. I love Richie, but he's a bit of a mess. I told him. Yes, he is.
I'm covered in beer. Like
No. You can give him something very easy, something very practical, and he can turn it into a messy situation. So I told him, I go, knowing you need a fork. Make sure you grab a fork. He goes, oh no, don't worry, I'm gonna grab a fork. And now he says he doesn't have a fork.
I just envisioned my 3-year-old child attempting to eat something. It's okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna. Oh no, I missed. It's just all over the place.
He will tell you that he is my child. He will tell you that. He will officially say,
A knife. Watermelon is so like you could break that with the fork.
Get your monocle and top hat while you're at it. Yes, okay. Yes, we're going to indulge on the new TikTok these days.
That is hilarious. Who eats pizza with a fork?
Sociopaths. Next
Yeah,
question.
Exactly. I know. I do. Okay, I'm gonna open my box here. So let's get ready to do this. Who wants to go first? Anybody want to volunteer to go first?
Well, I mean, I can go
Just
first.
do it all at the same time.
Yeah. Let's do it all.
Mine's a little bit different because mine is cinnamon. I hate mustard. You guys would see me like spitting it right back up.
Blech.
Well, yeah.
So he gave me the option of cinnamon, so I have cinnamon.
The doctrine of cinnamon.
Oh, there we go. Finally made some room. The worst part about mustard, tell me if you guys understand this. The worst part about mustard, Corey, you probably don't know this, but always, no matter what, even if you shake the fuck out of this mustard, you're always going to get the little mustard pre-cum when you dump it out.
Yeah.
It's that little watery bit that always comes out.
No condiment should be that thick. That's the same way I feel about relish.
I thought while we were talking about this throughout the week, I was like, I wonder if the new trend is going to be like watermelon with like a mustard like dry rub, like you would like a rib, like cooking ribs on the barbecue. If somebody's going to like dry rub a watermelon and throw it on a grill, because people do grill watermelon and they're fucking weird, but apparently it's good. And shout out to my buddy. I have a friend who's a New Orleans foodie. His name's Mo Munchies. He did this challenge with like all kinds of stuff other than just mustard, and he says it's bussin'. He says it's really good. So I'm excited.
I'm gonna get as close to the
Look
microphone
at that
as I
cinnamon.
can.
Doesn't that look so much better than your guys'?
It looks like salmon.
It looks like salmon. I love salmon.
It's not gonna taste like it.
New vegan
It's not
salmon
gonna taste like
options.
salmon.
Grill the watermelon, put cinnamon on it.
Yeah, let me hear that squeeze.
Oh, I pushed it too well. There's no.
I was waiting for
There's no.
Hot damn! All the people that are waiting
for
the watermelon, or not the watermelon, the mustard ASMR aren't gonna get it.
It almost looks like my signature.
Yours is very
Yes,
clean,
yes,
like very
yes.
pretty. Oh
Oh,
God,
this watermelon? Oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
a lot. That is
I got
a
it on my
lot.
favorite shirt. No.
I love mustard.
Honey,
Me too.
Ryan wash.
Oh, no.
That's a lot, dude. That is so much.
I know, but it's go big or go home.
I'm so
All right?
happy that you're the one who's trying like the way too much. You're a way too much
Nick, do you have a
content
tied
guy.
to go pen? Get a tied to go pen.
It's too late.
He's down the rabbit hole too far.
Do it later.
2319. 2319. All right. It's just one drop on the bottom. No one's going to notice it.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
you tuck your shirt in from now on. You're dad.
The problem is that's pretty much where everybody's at eye level. You know, being this tall, you know, it's not much.
Oh, I'm so
Blame
excited.
it on
for
your
this.
kid. Be like, yeah, he touched me with his cinnamon hands.
No, there's no cinnamon in this.
Mustard
not-
tiger.
In this economy? All right. Do we
let's
go
hit it.
watermelon down or we go mustard side down?
Okay, yeah, mustard on the top or on the tongue.
I'm going to go on the top.
I'm going on the top as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine just-
Okay.
Cheers,
Okay.
everybody.
Yay.
Mine's freaking delicious, but I guessed that. So
Oh,
Bender's face does not
That's
look encouraging.
sneaky.
That
yo,
was
that's so good.
that was like
Mm.
it was like
Might
good,
do
and
another
then it was
piece.
bad, and then it was good, and then it was like it like hit everything. It hit everything.
Wow.
It
That's
tasted
actually
like smoky watermelon, like a what I would think Tennessee would do to watermelon.
it's like the perfect combination of like of savory and also sweet. It's like I'm gonna have another piece.
Did y'all get seedless?
No.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm trying to grow watermelons for free inside.
good. Dude, how much space do you have to grow it? Because if you've never grown watermelon, you'll be surprised that it's going to take over like your island in your kitchen.
Is it
Good.
the
No,
big
yeah, back
watermelons or the baby watermelons?
I think it's the smaller ones. I don't know.
If it's the big ones, that thing's
Okay.
gonna be like bigger than your child.
It was good, but I'm so happy I don't have to do it again. Even though I did it twice, but like it was good, but I want this to be a sweet treat, unlike what that was. But I do love mustard, and maybe that's why I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
The cinnamon actually kind of makes this taste like dessert, kind of desserty.
Yeah, Cori made the right choice here, not putting mustard on it, because I wouldn't go back to it. That's the thing. It was good to try like one time,
Mhm.
but it's not gonna be like I have watermelon in the fridge. I'm gonna pop some mustard on it. Like so, it surprised me with how good it was, but it's not like gonna be like a go-to snack of mine anytime soon.
Yeah, same. I'm not going to be at a barbecue like, where the fuck is the mustard at? You got the watermelon? Where's the mustard? Like, that's not going to be me.
100%.
Here's my next question related to mustard. When you guys eat hot dogs, what is your condiment? What are your condiments of choice? Because I personally, I will only eat mustard and relish on my hot dogs, on my brats, anything like that. I'm very picky about it. I'm like Cori and I know some people from Chicago, and that's how they're very, very keen on only doing mustard on their hot dogs and brats, and I'm the same way.
A purist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same for me.
I don't fucking care. I worked in baseball and got made fun of every single time I would eat my hot dogs with my ketchup on it. No way I'm putting fucking relish or mustard on anything. I don't
I
like
like
either of
spicy
them.
brown mustard. If there's an option for spicy brown mustard
Nice.
and relish, I'm taking a swan dive in that hot dog. But at the minimum, just regular mustard and relish.
Dude, I don't give a fuck what goes on it.
just everything.
You just want to
possible?
eat it.
It's like preferably
I,
chili and cheese.
Like
but, yeah.
if I'm at home and I'm procuring this hot dog, I will put onions and relish and mustard. I don't give a fuck if it's got barbecue sauce. Maybe if it was grilled, maybe a little ketchup every now and then, cheese on that bad boy, chili on that bad boy. Like I'm gonna eat this thing with a fucking fork. Like I'll probably put it in a bowl and not even eat
That's
it.
some southern shit right there.
Like
The hot dog's just an accessory. It's just there.
Yeah.
For
It's more or less
consistency.
like I'm making like a Frito pie, but just for hot dogs. Yeah.
I respect it.
So in other words, the hot dog is the condiment.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the hot dog's more the condiment than anything. I'm more excited to make the chili and throw the hot dog in it. You know, like
It's not
hot,
5 pounds on.
that's how I feel. Like,
And then the next question related to hot dogs is: are hot dogs sandwiches? I say yes, obviously. Duh.
it's between two pieces of bread, even if
Yeah.
the breads are fused together.
And how many times have the breads been fucked when you're going overload?
Exactly.
You gotta clamp it. You gotta fucking.
The
get
bread
little
is never
chompy
sealed
clompers
together,
going.
especially like if you're making it like me and putting like more than 2 condiments. That you overweighted the bun and therefore it rips. So now you have a sandwich.
Yep.
That's my argument every time.
It's
I
just
like them
science,
even
dude.
more now.
Like
I know that. But it's cereal soup.
Cereal soup.
Makes
I've heard
breakfast
this
soup.
one before. Oh man.
I've never heard of this.
For answers. I'm
This
looking for
oh
answers.
my gosh, that's an interesting one. Richie has told me before about someone putting their milk in before their cereal. That disturbed me. It
No,
highly
that's
disturbed
such a college. That's like college survival.
Call the cops.
So if you do that, then you can eat as many bowls as you want, but you're actually like, it's like the counting calories of cereal, right? So you can have like 6 bowls, but you're not tackling an entire box. Is what I see. Is like you're actually getting like, instead of like a tall boy beer, you're getting like the shot version of a cereal. So you just pour a little bit on top, eat it, pour a little bit more on top, eat it. So you see, you can keep rebounding as far as like, instead of like, all right, this is like a quarter of this box in the bowl, eat it. Fuck, I'm gonna eat more. Here goes now I'm down half a box, whereas I can have maybe 6, like, Weight Watcher style. I don't know. Maybe it make it feel better. Like I've done both.
One serving
The
is a cup,
science
so-
of this is amazing.
Like that's some college shit. Like preserve.
It's like, maybe if I go back and I get thirds, my brain's gonna think I'm being hella big right now, and it's gonna stop me from wanting to eat more, therefore preserving the life of the box of the cereal because I'm broke as fuck.
I've done both. I think it's more or less. When you do that, this is the scenario when you're low on milk, so you're trying to like distribute the milk to cereal ratio. So you put milk first, so where where the line you can't cross. Whereas if you put the cereal first and then you put the fucking milk, and it's like a shallow kiddie pool, then you're just eating like a semi-wet, dry cereal, and the bottom is more like it turns to like oatmeal. So that's I guess that's a good point.
Like
Put
off of
the milk
Friday.
first. Yeah.
When
You ever
Craig
tried
puts the
cereal with water? It's fucking gross. I've done it. It's terrible because I was dumb enough to pour the shit before checking for milk. That was horrible.
That was the best 3 minutes of podcasting in the history of the Hockey Podcast Network, right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we wanted to do this episode with you guys.
I mean,
Please tell me you guys have seen that episode the
yeah,
movie Friday. Yeah, Benders knows what I'm
Smoked a
talking
lot
about.
of
So,
weed
yeah,
growing up.
he fucking pours in the cereal, and then he goes to pour the milk, and it's just. And he's like,
Yeah, he had a respectable bowl too. Like it was like
that's a big.
3/4 of it was a definite like a salad bowl for like the entire family. Like 70s, like it goes, on. It's I don't know. It's like
It's the big Tupperware
centerpiece.
bowl.
Yeah, the centerpiece of the table, giant salad bowl. Yeah, he filled an entire box and had no fucking milk. At that point, you take the box and you put the cereal back in it. I can try again another day.
Oh man.
At least there was no shellfish in it. That still disturbs me. That never got resolved. They never said anything about it. It just dropped off the face of the planet. Like, what happened? Are they going to make
General
sure
Mills
that
had to cover that up like fucking golf covers up.
Like Monsanto. They Monsanto'd that shit. They're like, nah, we're paying them off.
All right, so here's what's fucking weird, right? So like down here, if you go to like a Bromart or a Winn-Dixie, right? Sounds super southern. It's got the word Dixie in it. We sell like the fucking dried shrimp. So like when I saw it, I was like, maybe it's someone from the South and they poured the shrimp in it, because that is like, you see that shit on the aisles. Like, it's not on an aisle like by the cereal or whatever, or, you know, like condiments. It's on the checkout thing. There's like little, like instead of like the chip packets with like the, you know, going up and down with different types of chips, it's like dry particle shrimp that's like the size of like a Lucky Charms marshmallow. So when I saw it, I was disgusted, but I was like, I bet you that's someone from the South that just threw in a couple of fucking freeze-dried shrimp in it.
Do you guys do the same thing every time you have cereal now? Because Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of my favorite cereals. I eat it all the time, and I freak out every time I grab a box now. So like I am like a CSI investigator every time I get a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch now, and that's all I'll do is I'll just like search. Anytime I pour a bowl, I have to like search through the bowl I just poured to make sure there's nothing in there. Because it kind of freaks me out every time I pour a bowl now. Like, I've been scarred for life by that story.
No,
It's definitely disgusting. But Richie,
yes,
go on Wish and get you one of those like gold mine sifters and pour the shit over it. Right? Pour the cereal over it and just sift it. And you'll get all the roaches and fucking, you know, like dried shrimp particles out of it.
Wouldn't that get rid of all the cinnamon sugar though?
It's a risk. So it's not so sweet, but I'm not eating fucking seafood this morning, you know, like.
Your Cinnamon Toast Crunch with a side of roach in there, huh?
it's ridiculous.
Oh, man. Here's a random one. You guys like drink pre-ground coffee?
Like the instant one or like Folgers shit?
Folgers, like you grab it, you scoop the shit up.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't ruin my coffee for me.
Damn
It's
it,
too
I'm
late.
so
We're already
sorry.
down this pathway.
You gotta get beans. I don't even drink coffee like this, but I'm telling all my friends, I'm like, you gotta get beans, because apparently they can't like stop the roaches from falling in as it gets grinded.
No.
So there's like roach particles, but like basically the people that work at like the companies like that get allergic to coffee because of the roaches. Roaches cause some type of like I don't know. You can get allergic to it or some shit. So like it's just constantly ground up in it, and I'm so sorry, y'all, but I saw this and I'm like, tell my wife this every time she makes coffee in the morning. I'm like, should definitely go beans first. I don't know.
So what you're saying is I'm getting a free protein with my coffee purchase? This is a
100%.
win-win.
It's like cereal. So like get your coffee, get your cereal, what was it? Get your Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because we know that there's a higher chance. It's like getting a fucking rare Pokemon card. Get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There's a higher possibility of protein in that, plus your coffee. You might be getting like 2-3 grams of fucking protein. You don't even know.
I see no downside here. I don't see what the problem is.
Cori is a big Cori and I talk about coffee all the time on our show, and so and both of us are coffee enjoyers, and I feel like both of us are going to change our coffee habits now.
It's like locally grown
coffee,
shit only.
But I'm
grinding the beans now.
To do it myself. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, same. I have a bag, but I never use it because I'm way too lazy, especially in the morning, to like pour it out, like scoop it, grind it.
Mm-hmm.
Too lazy.
I'm too bougie for a K-cup system. So that's where I'm at. You know, like I'm too lazy to do it myself, but then I'm also too proud to buy a Keurig, or however it's pronounced.
So we've come to a crossroads.
So I drink water in the morning.
I feel like that's an odd like male thing, because that's the thing. Like when Keurigs came out, like I got a Keurig and I was fine, and like I was particular about like some of the cups, but I wasn't particular about it. And then my fiance got really like, he's like, I just want to make my own coffee, and like every single night he's like, okay, I'm going to go make the coffee for the morning. Like it's his thing that he has to do, and he gets very pissy. Like if it's the Keurig one, it's not the same level as his brewing his own coffee in the morning.
I love the word pissy.
Pissy.
I had a woman, and she was going to be a nurse practitioner in college, and she would say that so much in class. And I sat next to her. We were like best friends. And she'd be like, "Ooh, they acting pissy today," and I fucking just fall out in my chair. They being pissy.
We get the Kirkland brand pods down here. I don't give a fuck. Coffee's coffee. Like, that's just throw that bitch in the Keurig, boom, bam, bam, hit the button, go fucking do whatever you got to do, come back, the coffee's made for you. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I got time to be worrying about who's making coffee.
What about your preference of how much creamer do you pour? Because I cannot drink black coffee, can't do it. Have to pour as much possible creamer in as possible. Like, I go, my Dutch Bros order is always like the sweetest, most like non-coffee drink imaginable. It's barely.
You see how pale my skin is? That's how pale his drinks are.
Nice. So it's more of a milk. It's just like
so you're drinking creamer with a dash of coffee inside.
Yeah.
Just enough caffeine. For me, so me and my buddy Don at work, we've actually talked about this, of making just an absolute bonkers, like off the rails podcast called the Bitter Coffee Boys, because everybody that drinks our coffee or has like looked at how we make coffee, they say it's super bitter. So like if I go to Starbucks, I get like a cold brew and then like just a splash of sweet cream. So like I don't drink it just straight black like out the pot, but like it's not gonna be as white as my skin, but it's gonna be about the color of this bear right here chilling in this little flamingo. So it's gotta at least taste like coffee. It can't just be sugar covered in sugar, toasted with sugar.
I'd say I rock maybe a 3/4 coffee to 1/4 milk product.
That's a fair balance. What about sugar, Richie? Do you put sugar in there too? If you make it at home, you put like 6 fucking cups of sugar.
No. I just creamer. That's it.
Richie's got the fucking his favorite cereal brand creamer. You know what I'm talking about? Like
yes, I shit you not. Yes.
Go get it. I want to see it.
Knock it back. Knock on it.
I don't have it in the fridge right now, but
what is it? Is it Cinnamon Toast Crunch? It is, isn't it?
It's close. It's
Reese's.
It's a cookie. I can show you.
Is it Cookie Crisp?
Almost, kind of similar. It's called oatmeal cookie. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Oatmeal cookie. The foster home of cookies.
The redheaded stepchild of the cookies. Everyone pilfers through all the chocolate chip and shit, and they're like, oatmeal. I don't want oatmeal, but that.
Okay, so you guys are oatmeal haters too. So this is actually a big thing at Coyotes. Like in the press box, at least there used to be. Basically, there was a bunch of cookies, and then they would have like peanut butter, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, all this stuff. And the ratio of chocolate chip was not to Paul Bissonnette's liking. He wanted there to be a lot more chocolate chip in there than there was oatmeal raisin. And so he asked for that. And then Richie's roommate, my good friend Kat, had asked for that to be like not the case because we like the oatmeal raisin and we didn't want our oatmeal raisin taken over by the chocolate chip. And so it's actually been a debate for a long time about whether you should have more chocolate chip ratio and get rid of the oatmeal raisin ratio.
That sounds like a gang war. Like,
look, I'll tell you what. Because
about to fucking, what are you doing? Oh,
I know what you're talking about because when we work the Saints games and we get stuck in the Bud Light zone for like 4 hours, they give us free food. So shout out to them. But they put out these cookie platters. So every other game it's something different, right? It's either you're going to get brownies one game and the next game it'll be cookies. And I'm a sugar cookie guy. I grew up allergic to chocolate. Fun fact. So I want the ratio of sugar cookie to be higher than the ratio of chocolate chip because chocolate chip has now become the standard cookie, whereas it should be at least sugar cookie. That's mine. I can eat an oatmeal raisin because I'd rather eat that than a fucking chocolate chip cookie any day of the week.
I like sugar cookies more than chocolate chip, honestly. Yeah. So
chocolate chip, gross. Just gross.
I'm just a cookie guy.
Yeah, same. Cookies. I don't care. Yeah, if it's a cookie, I'll eat it.
Okay, you like a dry cookie? You like a wet cookie?
Give me the moistest cookie in the batch right now.
Perfect. Because if
I'm
it's
gonna
dry,
see. Can we get a ticker? How many times I can say the word moist and it actually has context?
dry cookies is the fucking worst.
You ever
We
bite
need a
into
moist
a cookie?
counter.
Like you got cookies that you made at home, right? And they're off to the side, and you've been eyeballing them for the last couple of days. You're like, I'm gonna catch you on the way back in from work. Don't worry, boo boo, I got you, right? And then you come back in, and like you forget about it, and then you wait maybe a day or two, and you circle back to those cookies, and you grab one, you take a bite, and it's like concrete, and you just, oh, no! And you were looking forward to that cookie so bad, and now you're just let down.
No, because when Richie has cookies, it's because I've come over to his house and baked cookies, and then he eats them right afterwards because he didn't have to do anything for them. He just waited to eat them.
He's just sitting
Cookies
there
don't
plotting.
last down here.
Yeah, and you know what?
Not gonna have them for days.
And every time Cori comes over and makes cookies, I eat approximately 70% of those cookies too.
What's the typical batch number?
So I'm making them with Cat's Kid. So usually whatever we started with, usually it about doubles halfway through it because like she'll accidentally pour something too much or accidentally knock something over. So
Accidentally. She knows. She knows.
There's probably a batch of like 24 a lot of the time when I'm there, right, Richie?
So there's 6 of us in this house. So when I say they've been sitting there for days, it's because we make close to 80 to 100 cookies in a sitting.
Oh, boy. You got a small business going?
Yeah.
So my wife and I, we have me, my wife, we have my
San
son.
Diego?
But we just we've been saving to buy a house, right? So we bought a house recently. We're moving out at the end of this month. But we've been living with her parents, and then her aunt also moved in as well. So there's me, my wife. I'm not going to count starting with my pinky, Richie, by the way. Me, my wife, my son, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and then my aunt-in-law. I'm not doing this either. But there's 6 of us, and we can take down some cookies like it's no one's business. So there's always at least 2 gallons of milk in the fridge. Always at least 2 gallons of milk in the fridge. And then there's I want to say it's about a 12 by 6, if not like a 12 by 8. Yeah, it's probably more like a 12 by 8. 12 by 8 container. It's a couple inches deep, and it's just packed to the brim. And then we have cookies on like aluminum foil on the island in the kitchen. That's a lot of cookies.
Yeah, share some.
Yeah, I'll just heave it. Just fucking.
Next time you come to Arizona, when next time the Sharks are in town, or maybe when the 49ers show up here right across the street from me and play at State Farm Stadium, you're more than welcome to come to the abode and share some cookies with me if you'd like.
It'd just be me walking around. Hey, there's no Richie. I got the cookies.
You count with your pinky first?
You missed this?
Oh,
That's a flex.
I've been scarred for life for this, by the way.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. Cori, go ahead. You remember this better than I do, but yes.
Well, it's pretty simple. Like he was counting on something that we were doing, and it was like on here like this, and he starts counting with his pinky. 1 is this, maybe this, never this.
What sort of communist school did you go to, Reggie? I remember the video you put out on Twitter. You were like, there's 6 different wings. And I'm like, hold on, pause, wait a minute. Rewind.
He sends it to me. He was like, hey, I made a video. How do you like it? And I go, it's fine. And then like my fiance that's like a little bit more vocal than I am with it. I go, it looks great, Richie, like good like effort. He goes, why is his pinky up like that? And he took a screenshot and sent it to all of our friends and everything. And we're like, why? He's like, why is his pinky like that? It was a little strange. And I was like, yeah, no one really does that.
I'm going to have Carlo from Vegas Nightly Photoshop like a fucking teacup in your hand. And you're just going to be carrying around a teacup the entire time. Now we know why the pinky's up.
You know what? I'm cool with it if that means the Suns are going to win in 1, 2, 3, 4 games. All right? Suns in 4, baby.
Were you an umpire, like as a child?
Yeah, he was just like 6.
I'm just more comfortable like doing that than I am doing this. I don't like doing that. It's weird. So
See, I'm a thumb guy.
yeah.
So
I'm a
you're the
thumb.
German 3.
Yeah, well, my family's from Germany, so that would make sense. Is where it came from. Is every time I saw my grandfather and my grandma and my dad, whenever they'd count, they'd start with the thumb. So
I don't think I ever paid attention the way my great grandparents counted. But
that's
that
just
was
inherited behavior, though, and you realize it through like weird exchanges.
So we're approaching almost an hour here. We should probably wrap up soon.
Ow.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah,
let's fly through all these extras we had.
Yeah. Okay. We can do a rapid fire. Cori, quickly tell the story. What happened to you at Pigeon Softball the other day?
Oh, we're not going to be able to quickly talk about this. This is going to have to be a discussion.
Give it the full length it deserves.
So, I was playing Pigeon Softball, and we have an Instagram account. I think it's at Pigeon Softball. You'll have to check on that, Richie, if I'm correct or not. We actually do like post game interviews and everything because we're losers and we love to do that. But so
That's
we have
adorable.
it's actually really cute. All of us coming from either like PR media, like we do it for profession, so we just decided to do it for like us. So we do like a whole post game interview, whole thing. So we were in the middle of playing this team in like a new league, so we like knew nothing about them. And this guy had the one dangly earring.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was still in fashion, but so he was on first base, had ran off of first base to go to second base. And as he was going there, he realized that the ball had basically been thrown to the shortstop too quickly and that they're going to try and throw him out. So he kind of started to come back, but it was more kind of like he didn't think that we would actually throw him out. So he just kind of like skipped, I guess, kind of back to first base. Well, I'm standing there and I catch the ball and he's out. And so his teammates were like giving him a bunch of shit, like, why didn't you actually try and go back to the bag, and basically all of that. And he said, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm not just going to mow her over. She was in my way. She was in my lane. And so my response was, then mow me over, bud. You can hold your ground just as much as I can hold my ground. And I'm saying this, no joke, like both my bosses at Coyotes are on that team. My parents were sitting there, and so that's genuinely like just what I would say in that situation. I was just like, then mow me over, bud. Like you can hold your ground just as much as I can hold my ground. And he was very rattled by it. He got really irritated and ended up like basically, I can't remember what he said back at me, but then later when another guy was at first and we tried to throw him out, he goes, well, at least she got out of the way for you. Remember, she can hold her own. He tried in slow pitch softball, throwing a ball at me while I was batting. And then later he was at third and we had a double play. Like I threw from first to third and he tripped over third base, hurt his ankles and got tagged out. And he was just bitching the whole entire game after that. And it was funny because a friend of mine that's on the team, her fiance played ASU hockey with my fiance. And she goes, I told the batter that you were engaged to a hockey player. And I go, okay, I don't understand. And she goes, well, for a lot of people like us, like we just say bud, it doesn't really mean anything. And she's like, but for other people outside of the hockey world, when they hear a girl say bud to them, it's condescending. And I call my fiance about like, I don't understand how this is a big problem. And she goes, well, it's because outside of this, it could come off as condescending. And with the way that the guy was acting the entire time, I definitely think he found it condescending. I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but I apparently was an asshole.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
I want more.
Was he batting with his tiki torch from Charlottesville? What a fucking loser.
Imagine doing this in slow pitch softball. I play recreational slow pitch softball out here, and like I chirp people from the fucking like everywhere all the time, and I call them bud all the fucking time. So I don't know, maybe it is a hockey thing, and I've gotten so fucking like conjoined into the community that it's just part of the language. But I don't know. Sounds like he's got that fucking baby dick energy to him. So
I mean, I say bud every day. Like,
all
it's
the
a
time.
normal word. I don't see it as anything past it. But I mentioned we would go over things for when you play him again, right?
Yes.
So in that type of situation, you should have extended your hand, right? Let me get in the frame, right? So see this, right? This is what me and my friends do, right? So it's like you're going in for a handshake or a dap, but what you come in like this, split second, boom, catch him with a knuckle, and then just go about your business. You will throw that dude off for the next fucking week.
He's shook.
Or if he's coming in for the pound, right? You go in for it, you just grasp, right?
You just firmly grasp it.
Just fucking, all right, dude, that's what's up. And just you do it, but you can't do it slow. I just did it slow so we could catch it. But you just do it casually, boom, and then just go about your fucking business. You will fuck like mind blown.
And when you're doing the handshake line right there, right, you do that and you're like,
No.
good game, bud.
I feel like as a guy, you should go like, and if you're a guy and you're doing that to another guy, and he's like, completely in a situation that's same as this guy, I feel like you should go slower, just like very slowly grasp his hand.
Add some
that would be even
sensuality to it. Hire somebody to sit out in like behind left field fence, just sitting there with a saxophone waiting, and then just really spice up the moment. Bring a candle out there with you. Just make it.
Just go to be like, dude, you really sat on that. Catch him.
Better luck next time, bud.
Cori uses bud all the time. Like that's just part of her vocabulary. So like, if somebody said that to me, if a female said that to me, I'm like, cool. I mean, that's just how we talk. Like, I think I've called Cori bud before too. Like,
yeah, and so of course, like Scotty's been making fun of me ever since then. So he's been like literally as we're like walking out the door today, he was like, "Let's go, bud, let's go." And I was just like, "This is so funny, hilarious." And he's like, "It's different." He goes, "When you call me bud," he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh," you go, "Oh, thanks, bud." And he's like, "That's how you say to everyone else." He's like, "When you say, well, then mow me over, bud," he's like, he's gonna take it as you. He goes, not to mention, if he would have actually mowed you over, you would have been pissed. And I was like, I probably would have taken him down. So what? Like, I don't know why he was complaining.
Don't get thrown out. Tag up.
I got seeds on my arm.
Have you finished the entire watermelon yet?
I got 2 pieces left.
Come on, you can make it.
Not bad. All right, so I promised you guys I would come with some, and we'll wrap up the show. We'll wrap up the show with this, with some really random shit stories that we found. Now, I teased a couple on Twitter a couple weeks ago, but I don't think you guys are ready for some of the ones that I have here. Let's begin with the following story. Again, I got these from the Daily Star over in the UK, and they have some just really ridiculous stories that are just perfect for this live stream to wrap it up. So let's begin with the annual Testicle Eating Festival, which apparently is a thing.
Wait, whose testicles are being eaten?
Let me finish the fucking story.
Sorry, it's the first question.
To answer your question, the popular Testicle Festival has been marred by unscrupulous counterfeiters. The Calumet County Testicle Festival in Kaukauna, Wisconsin offers live music and an all-you-can-eat testicle-based menu. But one of the food stalls, Rocky and Tara's Nut House, revealed that its staff has been duped by counterfeiters who had passed around a number of fake $100 bills at their restaurant.
I thought it was counterfeit balls.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. They promised testicles, and they were fake testicles. And then I was about to be like, "Who's the testicle fondler that has to go and figure out that they're fake testicles?"
Like,
Could you imagine there's a testicle connoisseur? He's like, "Wait a minute, these aren't testicles."
He was grass fed.
This is a ball fraud. And just storms out.
Thinking like someone's taking like the fat off of ribeyes, right, and just like grinding them down to make like I guess what a testicle consistency would be, frying it up as balls, you know. But whenever I hear someone bring up like fucking eating testicles, I think of the movie Funny Farm. If we all seen that, we all seen Funny Farm. I think it's called Funny Farm. It's old Chevy Chase film, I believe, and he's got like a derelict fucking piece of shit farm, and he goes into town and he gets the fucking whatever. What is it, Rocky Mountain oysters. He just fucking knocks back plate after plate. Now, like, you just ate the fucking record, you know, fucking bull testicles or whatever. But counterfeit nuts sounds awesome. $100 bill. They could have worded that so much better. Like, I was so interested in there being like a money ring of fake bull nuts, you know, being sent out to customers, paying top dollar for like Kentucky Blue fed fucking bulls, and just getting
mashed tofu.
I just can't get over the name of the restaurant, Bill and Ted's Nut House. Or
Nut House.
So they either got peanuts or shit's about to get really fucking weird.
You got both.
And I'm with Benders in the fact that I'm disappointed. I thought someone was going to come out and literally be like, "Attention, everyone! We have found some counterfeit testicles. Please do not go to the Nut House." You know, like I thought there'd be some like cool thing that would come out of it, and not counterfeit bills.
Yeah, like,
think of like those old school New York headlines, where they have just such great word alliteration for like fake testicles. I can't think of one, but goddamn, I would love one.
I got one more story before we get out of here on this. Is it fucking Saturday today? Yeah, okay.
It's Saturday.
So sex robots, replicas that mimic partners' personalities using AI could hit the market. Sex robots that mimic a partner's personality and come out with the same responses could be created. Manufacturer Real Doll, which is based in San Marcos, California, in the U.S., produces a range of models with artificial intelligence capabilities. Its more advanced sex robots are equipped with an X mode, an inbuilt system that allows them to formulate responses and develop their own personalities. Each customer can adjust their character post-purchase and are able to emphasize certain characteristics, including affection, insecurity, and intellect.
Babe, what do you mean we're getting a divorce? How is he better than me?
Okay, X mode. Like, is it like the letter X, or is it like taking on the persona of like a former lover?
God.
Why?
Well, that's what I heard of when I heard insecurities. I was like,
oh no.
How messed up are you that you want the insecurities of someone?
Okay, so what if it's like, so, God,
Wait,
I'm so lost in this.
What's an actual picture of one of these
fuck
things?
is that?
What's funny is it's being bred in California. So in California, when Will Smith comes to California and fucking takes down the robot empire again, that's fucking
This summer, I Am Legend gets a reboot. Porn edition. Lovers quarrel.
iRobot. Jesus. Also, whose personality? Whose personality would you have it? Like, is it the personality of your significant other, and you're just having a second version of them that's like, this one actually likes sports, so I'm cooler with Deborah than I am with you. You know, like what? Like, can you like input personalities to this? Like, no, we don't fuck. She's like, no one watches hockey down here, so she's like my fan. You know, like we watch the games together. Like who is this for? Like,
I got the perfect lady for you, Bender. She's like, every time there's a scrum in the game, she just says, "Oh, they're getting a little pissy. They're getting a little pissy."
Oh man, like,
oh god,
I can see like a Lonely Hearts movie theater having these in like every other seat, So like you can go in on like Valentine's Day and like not feel alone watching some shitty like fucking I don't know, a rom-com.
Definitely in like Japan, when they have on Valentine's Day, they have the fucking stuffed teddy bears on the other side of the seat in restaurants for people that are single.
Yeah, no, it's just a plastic fuck doll now.
Oh yeah, this time we're bringing in Deborah.
It's like her back. It's like you open the back of the dress a bit. It's like an iPad, and you can just input like the fucking conversation you want to have with her. Like my topics today are sports, the most current Will Ferrell film, fucking Office quotes. So this bitch is just fucking saying Kevin stuff like the entire. I'm like, let's get another bottle of fucking red. I'm really enjoying tonight. You know?
Every Dwight Schrute fucking quote in the entire Office series.
Man, when we said this show was going to go off the rails, boy, did we fucking nail it. This is what happens when you have no script. You have no idea what you're going to talk about. Maybe the watermelons were laced with something. Maybe that's what's going on here. Is whatever watermelons we decide to eat. Because we've gone, where I don't even know what's happening right now.
Well, I mean, can you come on, Richie? That last one, there's so many possibilities for it. We don't know if it's women buying this for their men because they don't want to have sex with them. If it's what Benders is saying, people just need companions. We also don't know if they would actually make it the personality of their significant other, because if they could still have sex with their significant other when they just have sex with them, then the stall. So then what are you getting the stall for? There's so many questions here. You asked like the most open-ended question.
Richie opening up Pandora's box of sex dolls.
Richie, you got another one?
Yes, I think I got one more here. I got one more. Here we go. This is good. So Saturday today, if I'm not mistaken.
It was perfect.
That's his excited noise.
It's like National Superman Day today, and I thought this was great. A comedian dressed as Superman was hit by a bus during a miscalculated stunt on May 30th. He goes by the name Superman, was struck by the vehicle in a Brazilian municipality where he attempted to film himself pretending to stop it. The 35-year-old presenter styled out the mishap as he calmly walked, saying, "Now I've seen it, I really am the Man of Steel." There's an actual video of this. Footage shows the Man of Steel confidently standing, dressed head to toe in classic red and blue Superman outfit, as he filmed himself trying to prove his super strength by mimicking halting a bus with his hand. The man confidently stood in the middle of the road holding a microphone, and the bus collided with him and knocked him down. He's okay. Yeah.
Could you imagine just like a 4-year-old boy or a 5-year-old boy whose entire idol is Superman? He's like, he's going to stop the bus and just gets absolutely fucking hammered. And he's like, Mom, I like Spider-Man now.
The tannest Superman in the world just gets waxed by fucking a bus. Jesus. I love how I was expecting it to be like the word went instead of goes by or whatever. Like he went by Superman, but you know, like after colliding with a bus, he's no longer with us.
He's fine. He's perfectly fine.
Well, if he would have died, could you imagine that kid, Nick? Like literally, I love Spider-Man, Superman, and then he like dies. That kid would be wrecked for the rest of his life.
I'll have Scarred for 300, Alex. Thank you. Scarred for fucking life.
Oh no, there goes Henry Cable. Like fucking, I guess we're not getting a Witcher 2 on Netflix anymore. Jesus.
Fuck.
All right, everybody. We've been going for over an hour now. We've touched on pretty much everything at this point you could think of. It's been a ridiculous show. Thank you to Nick and Benders for joining us here. Benders, quickly, before we really, really go, congratulations to the Montreal Canadiens on making it to the Stanley Cup semifinal, the conference final, I guess is what we're calling it. I am rooting for them against the Golden Knights personally. Corey and I, and Nick too, all of us cannot stand the Golden Knights and their fucking fans. Called them out before, and I will do it again. They're the whiniest fucking fan base in the NHL, hands down. The guys from Vegas Nightly even agreed with me. They agree with me. So good luck, Benders, to the Canadians. We're rooting for you. I just ask in return that you throw all of your support behind the Phoenix Suns in the NBA playoffs this year too.
Why not? It's been so long since I've watched basketball, but why not? Fuck yeah, I love just about everything Arizona now. So why not go? What do they have the Valley shirts or whatever? That's their. I'll back them. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Yeah.
Yes. They did a great job selling it.
I love underdog stories, man, and I feel like that's us. Someone posted like everybody had like upwards of 79 plus points. We had like 59 going into playoffs, but I mean we're like LA in what fucking 2010, shittiest team going in, fucking disrupting everybody. So we'll see. I think me and Mason both agree we didn't expect to get this far. So every game past that win or lose, we're like, well, they've already exceeded our expectations. So like, I can't be mad at this team. I can only be more proud or excited.
Are you excited to see them play a team that's not Canadian for once?
100%. Like this team that everybody shit on is fucking gonna play the only Canadian team to play a U.S. team in this year is gonna be us. Fucking Toronto's still getting played. They got like the fucking the Canadians flag hanging out there. They had it up, the lights going off at CN Tower. That shit was awesome. I'm so excited. I wish I could go to Vegas to watch the game, but I'm not. I'm so good on that, especially after what they did to those Avalanche. God, seeds everywhere. Avalanche fans. Don't know if I'm in that.
All right.
I said I'm going to buy a Nick Suzuki jersey if they knock off Vegas in the semifinal round. So I'm a man of my word. I will buy a Nick motherfucking Suzuki jersey when that happens. So I'm ready.
Oh yeah!
All right.
Thanks for the support, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Nick, go ahead and let everybody here that's still watching us, if they're listening to the audio version, whatever they may be doing, where can they find you on the Twitters and Instagrams, and how they can listen to the Sharks podcast, Stick Hungry?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at @NickFloor_. It's not just hockey; it's a bunch of random bullshit. But if you want to also follow the podcast, it's at Stick Hungry Pod.
Benders, how can the people follow you, and of course you and Mason on the show?
Yeah, you can find me at Bayou Benders on Twitter. Also, our show is at Habs Nightly, and we're for the most part strictly Twitter now.
As you should be. Mason, that guy's a shit starter. He's like all of 15 years old, but knows how to like shit disturber in residence at the Hockey Podcast Network. So once again, thanks guys for joining us here on the show. It's been a blast. Maybe we'll do this again at some point. We really appreciate you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the mustard on your watermelon as much as I did, and we will talk to you guys down the road. See you guys. Take care. There you go, Corey. That's Nick and Benders joining us here for an hour as we quickly wrap up the show. We've been going for over an hour already, so we should probably wrap this up pretty quickly.
I mean, it's a big celebration. It's the time that we can go over an hour, so
Yeah, that's why we did this. It's 4 years since starting the show again, and it's been fun doing it. It's been fun joining the Hockey Podcast Network for the last 2 seasons, and of course more ahead. So, by the way, I hope my internet held up fine. We had people commenting and everything. It seems like everything went off without a hitch, so I'm glad everything worked okay. And as we do every time, do you have any last words before we say goodbye, Corey?
Your internet was great, and I thank the internet gods for that one, because I was exhausted with your internet before. So this was a whole nother world, and I appreciate that. And thank you to Benders and to Nick for coming on. You guys are so much fun. There's not a ton of us OGs left on THPN, so it's nice to be able to get on here and celebrate our 4 years with 2 of our favorites from the network. So
Absolutely. Thanks again for joining us here on the show. Make sure to follow us at Cori_Richie Show on Twitter, at Cori Richie Show on Instagram. Follow the network at HockeyPodNet, and of course, DraftKings promo code THPN. Thanks again for watching. It's been a blast. We hope you had as much fun as we did doing this for the last hour plus. We will talk to you again soon. Until next time, good night and good hockey, everybody.